Welcome back to another amazing video of Python GUI project series. In this video I will show you the graphical version of my tic-tac-toe game that I recently built in Python. You guys might have played this game. It is a very basic game, but creating its graphical version was an amazing experience for me, and I will also explain its code to you guys. And before starting, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. So let's go right into the coding part. I am opening my text editor. I've used this TKINTER library, or TKINTER, I don't know how it is spelled correctly, to create the graphical interface for my application. And you see I have created some class, so I'm using the object oriented approach for coding. Object oriented approach allows you to write difficult programs in a very simple and organized manner. Moreover, it also allows you to mess with bunch of things at the same time. Before starting to explain my code, I will like to show you guys how my program is run in my console window. So Control B, it is shortcut to run the programs in Sublime Text. And here is my application. So it is a two-player game, and both players will have initially the score of 0. And what we can do is that we can just start playing the game. I think that's the best we can do right now. Here is the O player, x1, O player, x1. So let the O player win. Here it is. So as soon as we got 3 O's in a symmetrical way, we got a pop-up window which is giving us a congratulations and saying that O wins by symmetry in a row. Now if I click OK, it is going to clear the screen. And another thing, you guys see that the score of the player 2 is incremented by 1 in its scoreboard. Now let's play another game. I'm just letting this X player win, and it is another pop-up window appear, and it is saying that X wins by symmetry in a secondary diagonal. And if I click OK, it is going to increment the score of the player 1. And what happens that my programs also check that how any player wins, whether it wins by symmetry in a row, in a column or in a diagonal. And it also tells us which diagonal. For example, if my X player wins by symmetry in this diagonal, it will give me a pop-up window that X wins by symmetry in the principal diagonal. So that's basically the whole concept of the game. And there are some buttons here. We can use the reset button to reset these scores back to the 0. So by pressing it, you see the score is resetted back to the 0. That's basically just the whole GUI application that I made, but making it was very fun. You see, when you're learning any programming language, not only in Python but any programming languages, when you are learning and you are at initial states, building such kind of games build very good problem solving skills inside you. So it is very essential to build such games so that you can develop that set of problem solving skills inside you. Now I will explain its code to you. So minimize this window, and as I said that I have used object oriented programming, so I will start by explaining code in the class. So this is I have created this create class. What this create class do, that it has certain attributes, which is the main window attribute, then row, column, and number is basically identity. I will explain you guys. So this create class basically just creates buttons which I am able to place on my screen. You see, these are the buttons in the TKINTER window where it is. These are basically the buttons which I press in, and these are and each of button belong to this create class, and whatever belong to this create class is actually then object of that particular class, and the object basically holds the entire properties, or you can say attributes, of that class. So this create class basically just creates a button for me, and then it has bunch of function in it, and it also binds that function to that particular button. For example, I have this mark X button. This mark X button just replace the text of my button with X. This mark Y button replace the text of my button with O. It is just simple. And this check num button just check that which player's turn it is. You see, when here let me show you guys. Here when I click this button, it will appear O, and when I click this button, we have a mark of X. So this check num button basically tells that which turns is this player. For example, if I click this button once, then the second turn would be of the X's player. So I've accidentally let this O player win. Click OK, reset the score and minimize it again. and that's the basically the whole programming behind this create class. And then I have this this create button function. What this function do is that it basically just create number of objects from that particular create class. You see here I have 9 buttons, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 9 buttons in total, and instead of making each button manually or creating creating 9 objects manually from that create class, I've used this little for loop, and it automatically create 9 objects from that create class and places automatically on my TKINTER window. So it is a very cool way to make your objects from a particular class. And then I have this new function. It just I bind this function to my this new game button here, and then I have this reset button. It just reset the scores of the both player back to 0 0, and I have bind this function to this reset button here. Now here comes my main program. I have made my main window is equal to TK. It is a method to create a graphical window inside the Python, and I have then initialized with some attributes of the window, which is resizable equal to 0 0. This line just means that I cannot resize my window. For example, if I open my GUI application, I'm not able to resize it. I'm not able to minimize or reduce or increase its size. I can only minimize it. And then window.geometry, it is just basically telling me that my window is 500 cross 500 is 500 in length and 500 in height. And then I have called this create button function. Here I have created that function here, and here I am calling that function to create 9 objects, and each object is actually a button, and place them automatically on my screen. Then I have this score label here, this score label with the text of player 1 score initially 0, and I have initialized its attributes and color, etc. And then I created 2 buttons, new game button and reset game button, and at the end I have an other label which is just my trademark. You see here, product by Coding Tech. So that's the whole TKINTER GUI application in Python. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. The link of the code is in the description below. Check it out there. Bye bye.